Shin Diddy Combs has reportedly offered $50 million, £38 million to post bail until his trial begins after being charged with sex trafficking. He pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charges in court Tuesday afternoon, U.S. time, according to reports. The musician stood briefly and said not guilty, in a clear voice, according to CNN. There are no cameras allowed inside in the courtroom. The same publication reports Combs entered the courtroom wearing a black t-shirt and gray workout trousers with a black stripe down the side and appearing visibly shocked. His hands were clasped behind his back, uncuffed as he made his entrance through a side door, taking a seat between his legal representatives. Two U.S. Marshals stood guard behind him, while the courtroom fell into a hushed silence in anticipation of the judge's arrival. The controversial music mogul 54 and his team have reportedly filed the offer with the federal court. In court documents shared with TMZ, Combs said his home on Miami's Star Island, worth $48 million, £36.5 million, would be offered as collateral. It also said that his mother's Miami home would cover the remainder amount. Combs is said to be willing to limit his travel to Florida, New York, and New Jersey, and is willing to wear a GPS monitor. The musician was arrested and taken into federal custody in New York on Monday evening. It is understood that the rapper and producer 54 was believed to be arrested at a hotel in Manhattan. According to the documents obtained by the publication, he paid off the remaining $18 million, £13.7 million, he owed for the Miami house so he could use it as collateral. It says he informed authorities earlier this year that he was trying to sell his private jet but wasn't able to find a buyer. However, he reportedly promised to leave it parked in L.A. while he stays in Florida. Combs claimed he surrendered his passport, along with his mother's and his children's, to his attorneys back in April. It was reported that the authorities didn't want Combs to be released on bail as he is a flight risk. Before his arrest, he was seen out and about in Central Park in Manhattan. Raids had been carried out following sexual lawsuits filed against him, firstly by his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Cassie Ventura in November 2023. He faced federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution, according to his indictment, which was unsealed today. In the indictment obtained by the Mirror, Combs is alleged to have abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. It added that the musician relied on employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire, which he controlled, and created a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The indictment also claimed that the abuse was verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual at times. It added, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. It claimed that his abuse was widely known and occurred on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. The documents claim that he assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. Combs has continued to vehemently deny all allegations made against him.